All right, so like I said, yesterday was Delaware Day. You might have to back up a little bit. You're having trouble locking on me. Why don't you come over here a second? Hi. Got it? All right. You chill now? The coke wear off? Good. When you got to worry about the addictive behaviors of your equipment. Aye. So, now this is so mom can go down and see her mom because she was in the habit of doing this regularly, and then it got hard for her to drive at night, so it was reduced down to only when she knew she could spend the night because driving both ways in one day was hard on her. And then my grandmother went into this home, and so the house is no longer available. My mom can't spend the night. So I've been taking her down so she can visit. And I drop her off there, go in and see my grandmother, and then I go about my business and let them have their time together. So now it's a mental care facility. And I think I talked about this yesterday, didn't I? Before the mall? Maybe. But it was just interaction after interaction, and it takes a special person to do that kind of work. It really does. I am generally very patient and understanding in situations and circumstances like that, but it really takes a special person. I think I'm going to change out this whole... I'm having wiring issues in here. Things are not working the way I'd like, getting caught up in my work day. I'm also going to clean this cord. And the longer cord I have plugged into the speaker, I want to use if I'm ever worried about battery power for the phone, I can use the mic plug to power the phone, and it's got an adapter, a connector for one of these cords. And this one's really long, so I thought if I took it in there, if I ever find myself in a problem, I've got room on this for the tripod to spin around. Always thinking, man, always thinking. So did I talk about the woman with the baby? I don't know. But there was a woman they give a baby doll to, and I get the concept. That's not... But she holds on to and she loves that thing, and Mom was telling me that she doesn't ever let go of it. Even at mealtime, she held on to it and they fed her. And I said, well, that's funny because she gave it to me. Did she? Oh yeah, handed it right up to me. That woman locked sights on me the minute I walked in the floor. And she just talked my ear off till I left. Every time she got a chance, thought she could grab my attention. But she didn't have words. It was just babble. She knew what she was saying, but it wasn't coming out on this end. And so, you try to accommodate and try to feel it out and go with the flow. A lot of it had to do with the baby doll. And so, like the third time I was talking to her, I stopped at her table in the rec room, and she was up at me, and all of a sudden I can see her just slowly nudging the baby doll towards me until may I hold it? And I took it and I talked to her and I patted it. There was a guy sitting outside, and I had to remind myself where I was, because he was either mentally deficient or thought he was being funny. Either way, it threw me off. He was sitting outside the door talking to somebody, another gentleman, and I approached. Mom was already in. I dropped her off and went, parked, and as I'm walking up to the door, he leans in and he says, "Excuse me, I see your identification." I said, "I'm here to see my grandmother." That's how I looked at him, too. "Do I look like I'm in the mood?" "I'm here to see my grandmother." And he goes, "You have clearance. You can go." "Thanks, pal." And I went inside going, mentally deficient. Mentally, they all have something going on. It was something. So that's that. I think that's all for that story. Then we're into the heavy stuff, man. Oh, it's heavy, yeah. But I'm gonna wait on that. Ooh. Every day. How did I live to 54? Well, I haven't yet. How did I live to 53 in 10 months? There's still time. Ay.